Greetings, everybody. My name's Nick. This is OklaSoft. And please enjoy for your viewing pleasure today Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We got 60 FPS working correctly now, so that should be fun. Go ahead and get my favorite cart. I like the wire, just the wireframe cart, but it doesn't seem to be available. I'll take the regular cart. Cyber slick tires. That'll work. 200cc. Let's see if we can get the go for gold on every single course. I've got my USB controller plugged in, so it's a little bit faster than the Switch Pro controller. The key is just to do the super slide on every single possible chance you can get. Man, I can't catch up with what's his name up there though. He's too fast. I probably need more coins. Ah, shit. Get him. No, shit. I'm not gonna get him. Damn. I just couldn't catch up to Toad there. He's too fast for me. Little bastard. The key is to collect coins fast and early in this game, I've learned. And then going off the course really punishes you. Those coins really help out for your top speed. It all adds up. And then it's good to have a projectile like a shell or a banana dangled behind you, obviously. Fuck. That one was a piece of cake. What's up? What's up, chat? My name is OklaSoft, and we're playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, obviously. This is your first time on the stream, welcome. What's up, Robo? What's up, dude? No, you don't need to greet me, man. What up, dude? I didn't even see, I was like looking at the chat number, I was just assumed it was some random people in there. I was like, what's up? No, man, you're my dog. I see you in the chat, I know. It's you and Green. There's a couple other people that are like pretty much regular, like always on my streams. I'm glad this is a good time of day for you, being on the other side of the world, you know? So how's it going with you, Robo? What you up to today? Ah, shit. Damn. Man, that race was hectic. It's like some of these courses, there's nothing you can do to really jostle your way up ahead depending on your character and like their acceleration characteristics. It's like 8:30 p.m. for you right now, so you can usually catch my streams. If not, you're not playing a game at this time. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, so it's like it's 7:30 a.m. for me, so you're like 12 or 13 hours off. You're like a whole half a day. I wonder how I know there's an international date line where the date kind of resets. I wonder, so today's the 24th for me. I assume it's the same, it's still the 24th for you too, but it'll be the 25th for you before it is for me. Ah, crap. Hey, look at that, it's a boomerang, mate. Fucking Australian stereotypes. Have you seen the episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes to Australia, or Bart has to go to Australia to apologize to the government? And they end up they kick him in the ass with a boot as his punishment. Fuck. Montage, I'm sorry, kind of late because YouTube didn't give me the like to remember that you're starting to stream. No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about that, Montage. I need to do a better job of like putting out a notification that I'm going to stream. Really what I'll do is I'll figure out like a set schedule. I basically already do that, but I do get on at sort of like random times in the morning when I'm feeling like it or whatnot, but I need to make it consistent week to week so that there's just a schedule that way. Let's see. Leaf tires. All right, we'll try them. It's all good, Montage. Just don't let it happen again. Nah, I'm just kidding though. Bike. So, Robo, what game are you playing right now? Like, what's your current title you've been booting up? Fuck. Man, that crab reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog. Fuck. That was it. That was my make or break shot to win. Sometimes this game will give you a green shell and it'll just, like, you have like a one shot to win it kind of thing, and you gotta aim it. Montage said since the morning you've been waiting on a stream, and Robo said I've currently been playing the entire Kingdom Hearts series. Oh yeah, you told me we were talking about Kingdom Hearts. You said you reached Kingdom Hearts 3, the last game I need to play out of the 7. I've heard there's a YouTuber I watch called Zygor Gaming, and he covers the entire, like, every Squaresoft RPG basically ever made, like in exhaustive detail, right? And he's got Kingdom Hearts on his as one of his video series, and apparently that's one of the most, like, convoluted storylines ever created for RPGs, is the Kingdom Hearts saga. And I've never played it, but I've heard, you know, I know that it's got Disney characters in it mixed with Final Fantasy characters, but I don't know much about the details of the story. Damn. Shit. There was no way for me to get first there. Oh yeah, your chat's not appearing on the screen, is it? I don't, man, it's been doing that lately, like where the chat is delayed or something. Let me see if I can fix it. Always show messages. See, look, I clicked always show messages. Let me test it out real quick. Test 1 2 3. Okay, that popped up. There's a button where it'll, like, delete the message after such and such amount of time, but let's see. Chat delay. Okay, I turned it to always show messages, so maybe it'll be better now. Try it out now, montage. Type something and see if it should work. Whoa! Hey, shit. There was a 15-second delay on the chat. I just turned that off. Maybe that might have been on the entire time I've been streaming so far. Like, so maybe that, which I don't know why you'd want a 15-second delay, but it looked to be set that way. Whoa. Ah! Damn, there's no way for me to get first. Unless I was better at the game, I guess. Chat delay. Always show messages. Oh, hide delay. Here we go. I figured it out, guys. There's a hide delay, and it's a number of seconds. I set it to, it was set to 15 seconds, now it's set to 40. So it should leave our messages up for a longer time, but they will go away after a while, obviously, because we don't want them to crowd up the screen forever. But, let's see. Yeah, Venom's an awesome character. I was into Marvel, like X-Men and Marvel a lot when I was a kid in the 90s, and like Carnage and Venom along with Spider-Man were some of the coolest character designs ever. Like, I had a bunch of Venom Marvel comics with Venom on it. It was just a great design. I liked him and Carnage a lot. There's a game for Sega Genesis called Separation Anxiety, featuring Venom and Carnage. And there's a game called Maximum Carnage for Super NES. Both, I think, feature Venom and Carnage. Those are just good characters. Classic designs. Shit, man. Bye bye bye. My favorite. A hint. Your favorite character is bye bye bye. Is that a Backstreet Boys reference? That In Sync? Baby bye bye bye. Bye bye. Damn, Waluigi got me by 1 point. That cart combo actually is really good. I like it a lot. Try to get it. We won't say we'll get a gold, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna get a medal on a lot of the new courses here. Second Hand is the very popular movie and very popular music. Oh, I've heard of Second Hand. Wait, no. I've heard of One Piece. I know that's a really popular like anime. I don't know what Second Hand is. If it's a franchise. Fuck. Damn, I hit myself with my own shell. Taken out by his own hubris. You bastard. Oh my god, you little shit. Oh. Damn, he came right at fucking Roy. Let's see. These carts probably still cost less than real life smart cars. Dude, my Aunt Sherry, she bought like one of those little, electric smart cars. They were like talking about it's not very smart when somebody runs into that thing with an F-150 and demolishes it. It's literally like on the road, they're like a quarter the size of a car. They're hilarious looking. It's smart cars. But anyway, my Aunt Sherry's car was painted or it had stickers on it so that it resembled like a little Tykes, like a kid's cart, like a kid's toy or a kid's vehicle. Yeah, my favorite cart in the game is the wireframe cart, and that's probably the cheapest actual vehicle in the game. Fuck. Ah. Fuck. Man. That was a hectic. Alright, montage is gonna leave, so later montage. Don't smart cars have tablet screens on them? I'm pretty sure they play ads on them. Oh yeah, like pretty much all cars in the US now have like tablet, basically like Android tablets integrated into them. The vehicle that I borrowed last week was a Jeep Grand Wagoneer. My kind of like wealthy family member lent it to us, and this vehicle, like MSRP price was like 120,000 on it of US dollars, which is absurd, obscene. But the vehicle itself, super nice, a shitload of technology all over it, like, you know, climate control for all four major seats in the vehicle, tablet in the back row of seats to control the climate, tablets in the front passenger, a huge tablet on the main console in the middle of the car. Like, everything is controlled via a tablet basically, but there's also lots of real buttons all over the car. But there's so much tech in that car that, like, I'd imagine that the $120,000 price tag, a lot of that comes from the tech features they put in there. And if you're like a tech enthusiast like we are, none of that's worth that much money. It's all just like technology that's been available for a while now, and the fact that they integrate it into a vehicle so much, they try to jack the price up on these vehicles by a lot just because they're integrating basic tech like tablets and stuff like that in them. Because it's a lot of complicated electronics going on in there, but there's nothing like, you know, groundbreaking. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fuck, man. Turn off smart steering? Oh, yeah, you're right. I have smart steering on. That's what I was like, shit. I always forget that the game turns all that stuff on. But yeah, you're right. It's been... Alright, I'll turn it off right now. As soon as it lets me pause, I will. Okay, L, alright, smart steering's off, tilt off, auto accelerate, everything's off. Alright. Let's see how we do. Shit. till the race starts. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Oh shit. It looks like smart steering was keeping me on the course a little more than I thought it was. Man, I remember this, like this area from Yoshi's Island, the original game on SNES. Damn, dude, I didn't realize like Yoshi's controlling a lot different than he was when smart steering was on. Or he's not able to make those same turns that I was doing. I'm just not, I guess I'm not used to the speed. Shit. Yeah, you know what, Robo? You're right, dude. Fuck that. I was like, look, I'm gonna be honest. I turned smart steering off for a few minutes. I didn't enjoy it. You're so right, dude. Dude, so right. Robo, that take you just said, I agree. Right, no, I know what you mean. Like, I switched it off just now. Per Lance told me to turn it off, and I'm like, I figured that like if people are playing this game on a competitive level, that it would have to be off, right? So it's sort of like nerfing the game. It's like a slightly cheating. But yeah, as soon as I turned it off just now, I was like, oh hell no. Like, it's so much more fun with it on. I'm gonna go with a classic kart setup. Dude, you're right, because that last race was a fucking fiasco, wasn't it? It was a fiasco. But yeah, it is. That's kind of weird. That what you just said about how it's just like a fucking sloppy mess with smart steering turned off. But I assume that like truly mastering this game on a technical level, you have to have it off. But yeah, it's way more fun being able to keep it on the course. And I guess smart steering is the only like feature that I would leave on. I wouldn't like auto accelerate, I don't think. But I'm pretty much accelerating most of the entire match. Yeah, no, you're right, dude. You're right. Yeah, I don't care either. I'm like, straight up, the game's more fun with it on. Cause yeah, like I'm not really here to. I'm not trying to prove to myself that I'm like some kind of badass that I can play with it off. You know, to me, it makes it. It sort of dials the game where it's supposed to be. To be honest, like that's why they left it in here. You know what I mean? If smart steering was a bad idea, they wouldn't have put it in the game. But I'm sure it's like purists are like, oh no, you know, you gotta have it off, and I can understand that if you're competing. Yeah, it's sort of like smart steering is sort of a way for the game to correct the difficulty and handling at 200cc and the freaking chaos that ensues from all these fucking items and characters all over the screen. It's pandemonium for sure. And yeah, the developers obviously knew that like smart steering was maybe needed to keep the game balanced or fun for like younger kids that are playing, you know what I mean? Because yeah, like little babies playing this game they're not gonna master drifting or anything. Fuck. My bad, y'all. My dog got out of the backyard and ran into the front. My neighbor's got like 10 acres of property, so he's got horses, and my dog, or Randy, likes to get go into his property and check out his horses and stuff. So I had to go capture him from the other side of the fence just now. Fix the audio. Hey, baby. Audio. Wonder if is the game audio working? Montage said, "What your best friend said something dumb." Guess what my best friend said to my dumb teacher. I don't know why the game audio is not working. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me fix the game audio real fast. Quit this race and start over. Okay, so we're gonna do smart steering left on. We all agree. Smart steering is the best. So do people really like, I'm sure this is out there, people like saying that if you put any of the helper features on, that you're basically a little baby bitch. Alright, here we go. Let's try to get first place. Smart steering on. So what do you guys think of like is Ubisoft folding? Are they like going out of business? Said I could kind of read your comment out of the corner of my eye, but I can't fully read it till I come to a stop. Hold on. One of my teachers once kept going on and on about how drug dealers will give drugs to random kids. My mom's been friends with people who do that stuff, so I knew it was all nonsense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Your teacher. Yeah. Like, dude, people will people will say all kind of stuff about drugs and people that sell drugs when they don't know what they're talking about. They'll make shit up. Yeah. But your mom knew some people who were what's my cart doing this? Yeah, like, right, people don't go around giving random kids drugs. Like, that's like a boogeyman story that people tell like, that's like a scaremonger story. That shit doesn't really happen. Yeah. It's happened before, but it doesn't happen very often. Yeah, drugs are valuable. Like, people that do drugs are not giving them away for free to anyone. Why is my character bouncing like that? Oh, my controller's dying, chat. That's what I was wondering what the hell's going on. I'm like, man, my game is bugging the fuck out. I so bad wanted to completely rip apart all the BS she was saying, but it would sound so suspicious that I knew that stuff. Oh yeah, right. Because, however, like old you were at the time, you didn't want them to necessarily know you knew all that shit, but you had the inside scoop because of your mom, and you knew that was bullshit. Yeah, they used to come in our school with DARE. We had like drug abuse resistant education, aka DARE. It was an acronym, and it was uh it was fairly effective because I thought drugs were terrifying as a kid, but then like the kids that I grew up around, like some of them wanted to experiment with various drugs at different times, but I was terrified of it, but that was because of my parents really. But then at some point when I was a little older, I wanted to I did want to try, you know, weed and stuff, and I regret getting experimenting with like hard drugs and all that, but I've smoked pot since I was like 13 years old. I don't really do it nowadays. I don't really care like about weed that much anymore, but I used to. I used to smoke it, and I've had periods of my life where I've done other drugs, prescription or otherwise, and it's always a bad place that you end up. But yeah, like the truth, people are really scared of stuff that they don't understand. And the vast majority of the public just doesn't understand drugs. They don't know anything about them, so they're afraid of it. And anything that has the capacity to take somebody out is easy to demonize and scapegoat that, right? Apologies, my emulator's crashing. Let me just restart Suyu.exe. Sort of misbehaving. You're around 16 or 17 when, oh yeah, so you kept your mouth shut, because right, that's about the age where they would probably accuse you of some shit. They'd be like, oh, how do you know so much? Yeah, already we know. Apologies, let my copy of Mario build its shaders real fast. I haven't ever done drugs or drunk alcohol in my 18 years of living, and I intend to keep going without doing any of that dumb crap. Great idea. Good choice, man, because yeah, honestly, drugs and alcohol have derailed my life to the point where I've probably lost over 10 years of good time on this earth because of drugs and alcohol. So yeah, absolutely like not the play. It's sort of a dead end. Okay, finally. Sorry it took so long for Mario to. I had to delete all my emulator shader cache this morning and reboot and reload it, so everything had to kind of reset. Let me. All right. Yeah, it's really like alcohol and drugs are just like a band-aid. Um, it's sort of like a band-aid for your brain. Hey. Yeah, man, you'll save. If I had to estimate, the amount of money that I've wasted on drugs, it's over 100 grand. Yeah, it's just a good overall, like a good choice, good life choice. Like, I have the option of, you know, drinking alcohol every day, but alcohol makes me, I don't like the way it pulls me out of my normal, like the way I normally think and feel. It pulls me out of my normal way of feeling, and it takes a while to get back. So I'm not really big on alcohol. Mostly because I just feel like slightly sick the whole time I'm drinking. But at the same time, I was addicted to benzodiazepines, so your Valium, Xanax, Klonopin, those kind of drugs. I was dependent on those for a while, and it's not pleasant. Burger sandwich. Come here, Randy. Honestly feel like that stuff is for people who can't enjoy themselves without it. Yeah, it is. It is. I'll tell you a little story. Okay, so you're 18, right? I'm about twice your age. Oh. So when I was 18, man, I lived in Texas here in the US, and I was like a good kid. I had pretty much straight A's. Life was good. I had a band, a girlfriend. Things were going, like, I had a good life. Life was generally great. Time to go to college. I got a full ride, like a in-state free tuition because of a government program they have. Alright, so I then was off to a different state, Louisiana, for free college. But at that point, okay, so I go off to college, and for about 6 months, I really wasn't like fitting in with anybody, and I kind of wanted to go back home. I was missing my friends, my family, I was missing everything. And, okay, so right before I was just about done, I met some people who like showed me the world of drugs, right? They introduced me to pills. Xanax and Valium in particular. And once I discovered, like, the first time I ever tried Valium, I had this reaction to it where I was like, where have you been all my life? Because I had been feeling anxious my whole life and just didn't know what that feeling was. And so the very first time I ever tried one specific drug, it wasn't like weed or alcohol, but it was it was Valium. I tried that, and the moment I took it, I was like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to feel my whole life. Been feeling anxious, but I'm really supposed to feel like this, just kind of numb and good and fuzzy and numb, right? And so, fast forward like a year later, I'm a full-blown pillhead Xanax addict. I flunk out of every class, throw everything away, catch a possession charge, end up doing some like burglary stuff, and just my life went to hell very quickly. It happened to be during the time of Hurricane Katrina, so it was a little bit of a uniquely fucked up situation. But I ended up leaving school a couple years later and having to like restart college which I never actually finished, by the way. But I really wish I would have never been introduced to drugs, because it just cost me a lot in the end, and I didn't get anything out of it. That, like, there's nothing today that I want to retain from all that, except my experiences. Like, I wouldn't want to be still doing any of that stuff. Oh shit, what do I do? Yeah, man, that's why I wanted to tell you that, because, you know, like, all that stuff, you know, that's just my past. Like, I've experienced some crazy shit because of drugs, and have, you know, come to that conclusion, like, it's a dead end, you know. But, like, yeah, I can at least share my story with, like, young people that I meet. I can tell them that kind of stuff, like, hey, I've done this shit. And my dad is also a recovered alcoholic or addict, so I had him as an example too. But it's sort of, it seems to be genetic, where you, like, the genetic component is your enjoyment of it. It's like how much you enjoy it is sort of dependent on your biochemistry. And if you just happen to have that biochemistry that really enjoys it, it's something you'll likely get addicted to if you end up trying. I do have a completed save file. Yeah, I can open that up. Let's see. Oh, I can tell you about it. I'll tell you about it. Here, let's see. How do I get to my save data? Options, data management. It's weird how you have to, like, go to options and data management in this game. But yeah, here's file number 2. Is probably my best playthrough that I did. So, okay, so this burglary shit was about, by, like, what year was it? 2006. It was by, like, 06. And I think it was like 420. It was the day before 420, so we were gathering supplies. We were gathering weed and pills and drugs to throw a big party, because me and my druggy friends would have, like, a big 420 party. And so that night, when we're going out gathering supplies, we're taking Adderall and Xanax and eating weed brownies. And me and my buddy Cyrus, we decided we need some lumber. And since we've already been, like, basically stealing shit all day, because we're high and just being stupid, we start going to different, like, lumber yards or different building sites and filling my truck up with lumber. Alright, so once we fill my truck up with stolen lumber, we have to go back to my house and grab another vehicle. Well, that vehicle was my roommate's vehicle, and he happened to have like some pills in there. We take his vehicle to a parking lot right by LSU campus, and we start. It's called popping locks. I forgot what they call it, but basically, where you go into a parking lot and open every single car, and just keep opening doors till you find an open one. And you're not breaking into the car by force, but you're finding anybody that left their door unlocked and taking advantage of them. So we end up going through like this whole parking lot, and we've got, car stereos. We were doing it was bad, man. Like we stole all kind of shit out of all kind of people's cars, and we're just acting like little terrorists, you know what I mean? And finally somebody called us in. I remember like putting the keys in the ignition of the car to start it right as we were about to leave for the last time, and I remember just getting a gun pulled at me by the Baton Rouge Sheriff's Department, getting pulled out of the vehicle, kicked in the face. See, the thing about when you get arrested like in Louisiana, you're gonna get beat up by the cops. Like the police will beat you up. Like that shit absolutely happens. I've gotten beat up by the cops on several occasions. Got my chin split open by that same department of police. But that was when I used to be doing bad shit all the time, terrorizing the community basically. Ah! This fight is a lot easier with motion controls. It's slightly delayed, but it was like that on the Switch too. I like having the motion control to do like a micro adjustment. Ah, shit. Damn. Man, I only got one hit till I die. I'm kind of worried about this. Ah! Yeah, I mean, so, and I'm not that kind of person, right? That's really the thing is like, I grew up in a nice family. I was not a bad kid. Like, I was a good kid. I know right from wrong. I know what being honest means, right? And that's why the drugs are so evil, because Xanax allowed me to do all that stuff. Like, I can't go like rob a bank or break into somewhere just sober right now. Like, you need the drugs to make you feel like that's an okay thing to do. Because you don't feel like, you know what I mean? The only thing that would put you in the mindset of even thinking about doing some shit like that is being high. And so when you're not under the influence of that stuff, you don't think like that. And so, yeah, it is bizarre. Like, a lot of my cousins have done similar shit. They've done like burglary stuff, or I've got a cousin who's actually deceased who I think he tied a kid up and put him in the trunk of his car and stuff. Like some crazy shit. I wasn't around for that, but just knowing that it happened is pretty crazy. But yeah, like, I never would think I would find myself in a situation like that either. And there are people that genuinely like enjoy doing stuff like that, burglaries and robberies. Not me. I don't enjoy crime. It's just a means to an end, really. Most criminals aren't in it for the crime, I don't think. I think they're in it because they're desperate. And believe it or not, I got in trouble for that, but I got out of that. That was like the first time I ever got arrested or anything, and I was able to weasel my way out of that charge, but years later, that kind of thing would catch up to me. Yeah, happy people don't do stuff like that 99% of the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, in doing crime, like, crime can be fun in the moment when you're not aware of the victims. Like, if you're just breaking into shit and you don't really know who you're stealing from, it could be fun. It could be adrenaline, but it's not like a, what do you call it, something to be proud of or anything. You know what I mean? It's once you're aware of who you're hurting, it's not fun anymore. And so that the drugs are only there to serve to make you not aware of what you're doing or who you're hurting. But the really scary people is people that can do all that stuff without drugs, you know, just normally. There was a huge drug problem at your school when you attended this teenagers mass vaping and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, because when I was in school, like, drugs were around, but it was a different time. It was really pre, like, internet era when I was in high school. So, like, there was drugs and people knew about it, but it was sort of like underground thing. Nowadays, I would imagine, like, it's so much easier and there's so much more, like, there's so many things that you can get now that you could not get when I was a teenager. Like you can just go like buy weed at the store now. But that was unheard of when I was a kid. So I'd imagine like it's so much harder for teachers to even prevent that stuff nowadays. Get him! Whoops. Oh, I thought I had to jump on his head. As I sit there as I hit a vape. Of course, this is just nicotine. It's not like a weed vape or anything. But are you talking about like weed vaping? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. You just vaping in general, right? Yeah. So like, I worked at a company called HostGator about 10, 12 years ago, right? I remember this was a job where we were doing tech support and they wanted to keep us, we were like chat technicians, they wanted to keep us in the office. So they provided us food, they provided us vapes. And this was like 2011. I just remember like I had smoked cigarettes before that a little bit, but no, I wasn't a cigarette smoker. I remember them giving out vapes to everybody and seeing like how people that didn't even smoke were now vaping and were now hooked on nicotine. But ever since back then, like vaping has slowly become the new norm. And nowadays, like me and my girl, we vape all the time. Like we're nicotine addicts. But if you pull out a cigarette in public, people will look at you like you just punched a baby. Like they'll be like, ugh. Cigarettes are absolutely like, what do you call it? Like a social no-no anymore. Like people really don't. Only a very particular sect of the population still smokes real cigarettes. But yeah, we don't know what the effects truly are yet. The only scientific like basis the only real scientific basis for vaping is better than smoking is the fact that you're not combusting material and inhaling it. You're just you're only heating it up to its vape temperature and not its burning temperature. And so theoretically it's easier on your lungs. Come on, Mario. In the primary school next to my high school, there were incidents of kids as young as 6 to 7 doing and selling vapes to high school kids. Oh my god. Yeah, I could see it though. I mean, because if there's a demand for it, somebody's gonna provide it. You know what I mean? No matter how old the kids are. Ah. Yeah, it's, if there's a market for it, I could just see, you know, and nicotine has been one of those things where, like, it's been, you know, hard for kids to get forever, but there's always been a way for, like, underage kids to get that stuff. Yeah, a 6-year-old addicted to nicotine, that's sad. Because nicotine is highly addictive. Like, it's it's one of those drugs where it's not necessarily that harmful. Like, you'll be hooked on it and you'll just be addicted to it, but nicotine itself doesn't have that many, like, physical effects on the human body. So, like, it raises your heart rate, increases your concentration by modifying your acetylcholine receptors, but nicotine itself, it doesn't really change the way people think. You can still drive on it, so it has a lot of reason people tolerate it. And marijuana, as although it's relatively safe, it makes people docile and complacent. So I could see the powers that be wanting marijuana to be legal just because they know it's not going to hurt people, but they know that it'll keep them compliant. It is crazy because nicotine's hard to get off of. I've gotten off of everything, but nicotine is still one that I have not. Still addicted to it. But it has a few positive effects that I enjoy, so I kind of keep it around, because it doesn't damage my life too bad.
Can we Owen talk? Oh, we from down the ranching camp. Yeah.
Yow. Correction, nicotine actually does have a lot of super bad negative effects, including worsening lung development, cancer, in rare cases. Sources, drug experts that came to my school to talk to us. Yeah, I would believe that. I mean, I do believe that. I've used nicotine, I would say probably for about 20 years on and off, but really the last 10 years I've used it pretty consistently. And I haven't noticed any real, like, effects on my respiratory system, but I don't smoke. Just vape. Now when I'm smoking, like, marijuana and stuff, I do notice my lungs get filled up with tar. I'm smoking cigarettes, it's even worse. They said nicotine contributes to cancer. Oops. Gotta do 3 laps, I think. Pretty good. I'd go into the toilets during lunch, there'd be 5 or 6 kids in there vaping. Never went in there outside of it before school and class, but damn. Yeah, I could see it's kind of, kids were doing that just with like smoking back in my day. It's like the same shit, you know, those would be the bad kids.
Just one take one now.
Usually the kids that are troubled will be the ones that gravitate toward that stuff early on. Yeah. One more guy. I think I know where the last musician is. It wouldn't just be sometimes either. It'd be kids in there doing that. Yeah. If they're doing it like that, then they're addicted. You know? They're just hooked. Got our bass player now. I like doing the sequence on New Donk City, like the underground sewer sequence. Pretty fun. Got a bassist on board. She's like, all right, got all the band together. Now can you go underground and turn the power on? Big manhole covers. Yoink. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Power plant sequence, here we go. I'm going to run through this sequence. And then take a short break after that. Oh, fuck. Once a kid in a class I was in was bragging about how much they vaped, and I just shut them down by saying, dude, you're just speed running cancer at this point. Yeah, they are. I mean, it's like, as someone who has like smoked as well, had been a smoker before, I can definitely say that when it comes to like which one is worse, like absolutely smoking is probably worse. But like you said, we don't know what vaping will end up doing to people. Only time will tell. I normally never come up with awesome witty responses like that, so I'm still really proud. Yeah, I know. Every once in a while you'll get like you really like get one in that's real good. You're like, yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I usually don't have a great witty response. I'll come up with it later. Time to fire it up, Mario. Phew. Yeah, I was like you in high school, man. I was more of like I was a good kid, and I was just like, there was kids doing bad shit. I didn't really want any part of it, and that's the way to go, man. Like, sometimes there could be a morbid curiosity to find out what it's like, oh, I'd like to try this or that, but there's a reason society has a problem with drugs in general, you know what I mean? Right, me too. Yeah, I always think back to a conversation. I'm like, I should have said that. Should have said that. This is a badass segment of this game right here. Freedom like you never knew. Jump, man, jump. Oh, shoot. I remember when I first played this segment, I was so damn impressed. I was like, God dang, man, Nintendo. I really was impressed with Nintendo when this game came out. I was like, okay, I see where they're going, and I like it. Of course, now I feel like I'm not buying another Nintendo product for a while. They're gonna really have to fucking win back my business. Like, they've really spit in the face of a lot of their customers this year. Let's see, I was the autistic kid in school. I got picked on quite a bit in primary, but surprisingly, pretty much never got bullied in high school. People were usually cool with me, or yeah, that's how I was too. Like, I was kind of weird and awkward in my own head as a young kid, but by the time I got to like high school age, like I was a little bit cooler and more comfortable in my own skin. But I wasn't all the way there. I was, you know, like you said, I was cool with everybody, but I was still kind of a dork. Like, it just depended on who I was with, and I could kick it with like everybody, different group of people. I had a lot of different friends. Like, I was friends with some of the cool kids and friends with some of the not cool kids. Ah! Woohoo! Multi-moon, motherfucker. Yeah, primary school kids. I think kids are just meaner in general when they're a certain age. I was mean for a little while. I remember being like unnecessarily mean at certain points when I was a kid. Thinking back to that, being like, God, I was a little shit. But I was overall like a sweet, nice kid. But I did mean shit. Like, I think it's weird, but kids just do bad shit sometimes just to test the waters, I feel like. Oh, that was shitty. He's like, wanna buy a hint? It's right, it's literally like 7 feet away from us. He's like, the hint is that way. You got a moon. You need one more moon. I know there's an easy moon where I just run around amongst a crowd of people. God damn it. Ah. Come on, Mario. Come on, Mario. Fuck yeah. I didn't even know that I could warp last time I played this game. That's how, like, out of the loop I was. Warping makes this a lot easier. Excuse me, I gotta go pee real fast. you would get physically beaten up in primary school. High school movies really get it backwards where I live. Yeah, I think kids are actually meaner and more violent when they're like at that certain young age, like you said. Whoa. You've been working on a D&D campaign with the main antagonists being a bunch of young kids, so it's kind of fitting. Oh, really? Yeah, you told me you were writing a D&D campaign. Is this like a story? Is it the storyline that you're writing, or is it like the setup of the campaign? It's both. It's the story is centered around that, and the party will need to overcome it. Okay. And so you write your own like D&D campaign, and then others can like participate, or others can play it. Ah. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. I love the Pro controller. It just like pushes him away. Like, it's like an auto hit. You'll act as the game master. Oh, I see. So somebody leads the way, basically, with D&D campaigns. And others follow suit. I know we gotta go get turn into our fat racer friend. All right, Robo. Yeah, same here, man. I gotta end it as well and go do some work outside for a customer. So you enjoy enjoy the rest of your day too, Robo. It's been great talking with you this morning, man. Peace out.